Hello guys and welcome to episode 26 of my Rome 2 Total War campaign with the Iceni tribe. Today I've still got a bit of an illness and it's probably going to be sticking around for another couple of days at least, but it doesn't stop me from making videos, thank God, and I can go ahead and attack Alabu in this episode, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, in theory, this should be a bit harder than normal. In the last episode I changed this to legendary difficulty. However, this army does have ballistas. Only one unit of them, which should be enough to deal a significant amount of damage, but we're still, I think, outnumbered by about 1,000 men. But we'll see how it goes. So let's jump straight in and assault this on the battle map. So we're going to keep it dry. We're going to get my ballistas up onto this hill, because it looks like it's a very similar settlement to the one we've attacked in the last 2 episodes. My lord, I never knew that they would use the same old town thing for all the settlements that look exactly the same. It's just kind of weird. I didn't expect that of Rome 2, but it's apparently the case, so we just have to kind of deal with it. I'm going to move my Britain skirmishers over to the right here. We do have access to chariots. Now, what I've heard is that these guys are extremely good in when they're off their horses. So I'm really not sure how they're supposed to work, because in theory I guess you would charge into the enemy, but there's no scythes on them. So it kind of is a bit worrying what goes on here, because apparently, according to the description, each chariot should have 2 men, a driver and a warrior. But in this game, there's only a driver who has javelins and throws javelins while he's trying to drive the horses, which is kind of weird. So the driver delivered the fighter into the action and then came back to make a pickup. The warrior threw javelins and jumped off into close combat. So in theory, they're not supposed to stay on the chariots. The idea is that they're just very fast and that they can get men to places on the field that would otherwise take a while to get to on foot. So it's kind of weird, these chariots in Rome 2, that they're not as effective as you might think they are. But hey, a reasonably cool unit nonetheless. I'm also going to get my horses over the right here. I'm going to get my spear band to go support them as well. Actually, I'm only going to take a couple of units over there. We're going to support them with 2 units of sword band, and then we're going to get the other 2 units of spear band over here with 3 units of sword band. So I'm going to make them into groups, and my general in this army is comprised of heroic nobles, so they're going to come in handy, and I'm actually going to group them with this first group. Alrighty then, that's pretty much everything spaced out. I'm going to click the start battle button, and we're going to change to explosive round on these ballistas before moving my men towards the enemy. So we've revealed them, as you can see. Made my screen lag a little bit, and in come the explosive rounds already. Oh dear. I can just see this doing tons of damage with the amount that they've clumped up. Go on, men. Oh yeah, here we go. Following the shells in. Oh, that's just too fun. Okay, I'm going to go into cinematic mode and have a go with this, because I think from here I should be able to aim it okay. Here we go, we're going to watch one fly all the way into them. I think I might have gone too far with that one. Oh my god, that went miles. But it did hit a few people. Okay, whatever. Let's try that one. It's really hard to aim this, to be honest, but if we can actually hit something, then we're going to be good. And just moving back into formation, getting hit up again. Okay, I'm going to get out of this here. That was a reasonably good shot. We're going to get out of that and we're going to begin to charge into the settlement, because it seems as though they were using their skirmishers to attack me, and I don't want that to happen for an extended period of time, or we'll just lose men for free. Gonna get my chariots to sit on top of this hill. Still got missiles coming in here though, supporting my own men. I'm just hoping that they don't hit my own men. That's that's what's trying to go on here. See, I took a little bit of damage from my own ballista shots there. Trying to hit the furthest back unit with those shots so that it spreads out in these big clumps. Oh my lord. That was a huge clump of men there. Here come even more shots. That is devastating the rear of their lines. With the help of my sword band at the front here, we're doing a ton of damage. My general's in the mix, hopefully won't get shot. There's a little bit of friendly fire there, that's not too great. I'm going to begin to fire even further back into the lines that are firing missiles at me.
Melee fighters ready!
To be honest, there's quite a lot of people already running away, and I don't really blame them. With the missile fire coming in like that, I would also run away too. It looks like my ballistas have to move forwards a bit before they can actually get into range. You can see the range is quite limited actually. And they're trying to shoot on this unit here, so they're moving into range so that they can provide more fire support. It's fine by me. I'm going to grab the second unit of men and start charging down this hill towards their missile units. Okay, so with those men more or less in position, I think I'll be able to fire on some of these units. Hurry up, men. Get the ballistas into position. Keep fighting, men. We have work to do. Move forward a couple of these skirmisher units to throw over the top of my own men. Hopefully breaking through here is going to really help us out. If they engage me up on this ramp, then what I can do is just charge them in the back. It's going to come in or work out very, very well. Awesome stuff. And that's causing them to waver significantly. They are simply running away. So I'm going to run straight through their own men and continue the fight. Javelins flying everywhere. But these units that are routing through my men are just getting annihilated. Wow, that's going to give a lot of experience to my men.
The enemy general is dead.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. His general unit literally just ran straight through mine. Continuing the charge over here into some of the units that are left over. Some spear levy, it seems. Siegfried, the owner and general of this spear levy. But it looks like we've won the battle here, routing everyone on land. And that's our victory. Heroic victory at that. 440 losses of our own. They lost 2,791 men. And that's Alabu under our control. Gonna go ahead and occupy this. And that's gonna complete the province of Suabia. In theory, we've got a rebellion in 2 turns, but with the conquest next turn being removed, that will go down to +1 public order per turn, which would be really nice. And we've got a shrine here that I can't really make use of, so I'm going to change that to something else. And considering we have a bronze furnace here, which I might change into something else. No, I'll leave it there for now. I was just thinking I could get a Shrine of Andrasta because I thought that might be the one that I use to recruit stuff, but it's not. So instead, we can think about going with Shrine of... Let's go with another shrine of Frasmerta for now. Help happiness even more in this province.
Hail to the mother!
That'll mean I'll be able to move on all of my armies from Germany as quickly as possible to travel down south towards Rome. So, we've taken over all of France now. Basically, most of Germany, except from towards the east, over here. But this is kind of more getting into Poland area. Germany's really sort of taken over now. I would say it's this like big chunk here. We've got Magna Germania, Suabia, and Hercynia, I think would all be classed as Germany. Maybe not Hercynia. That seems a bit too far down. Oh well. Anyway, let's have a look what's going on in Spain. So, we've got the army just finished off taking over
Ready for
Abora.
battle!
With this army, we're going to probably have to leave it in there for a while to sort out the public order. Same with the army in Ars. But we do have this new army sitting in Bibracte.
For the tribe!
The only thing is, the shrine in Bibracte, or the army in Bibracte, is currently dealing with public order. You can see it's currently -4 if I move out. And they even have the bread and games edict. So I'm going to have to really do something about this. And I believe the only choice really is to probably remove the reservoir and change it into a shrine. Now, I'm not sure... Yeah, you can. You can make shrines in the capitals of each province. So that's what I'm going to do. And that'll be a shrine of Rosmerta. And that will allow me to move the army on from Bibracte. Because this is a new army with new units which I've never showcased before. So Chosen Sword Band and Chosen Spear Band. Alongside my normal sword band. 2 ballistas. We've got Britain Singers, which I like because of their range. We've got Veteran Riders, the upgraded horsemen. And of course the General who has heroic nobles. Then that army can come down to Rome along with the German armies. And we can really, really take them on head on and just pretty much wipe out the Romans in no time at all. I'll also have to bring down the 2 druids and druidess so that I can convert the culture as quickly as possible. So there we go. Right. I think that's everything done for this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and click end turn. So the Celtici are attacking me back after I took over their last settlement. I'm just going to auto-resolve this with a 97% remaining force with an aggressive stance. Decisive victory for us, and that should beat back the army for now. Looks like we also have the Lusitani attacking us this turn. I'm going to auto-resolve this, leaving us with 95% remaining force with aggressive stance. Didn't quite kill the army, but beat them back for sure.
We have fine goods, and you doubtless have much that we would find desirable. So, are we to have trade?
So it looks like the exploration has paid off. Getting a trade agreement with these guys would be very, very beneficial. They will provide us with 443 money per turn, which will be very nice. So we're going to go ahead and accept that. So the Rugi, really desperate now. They're attacking me with just some boats, an admiral. I'm going to auto-resolve this with a balanced stance. And that's a decisive victory for us, and that just beats back the general for now. And there we go, after a long end turn screen, we're finally here. Hidden Agent exposed. Mission issued. Raise a fleet as well. So there's an enemy scout of the Lusitani near Olisipo. We need to raise a fleet, and I am going to do that actually. And I'm probably going to do it at Massilia. And the reason I'm going to do it at Massilia, because they're very happy And that means I can change this fishing village into a port. Now I'm going to have to dismantle it, probably, so that I go down a level and then build the port so that I can make better ships. But actually for now it might be worth just researching it after the Druidic Judgment is finished and just leave the navy in there and not really like do much with it, because we don't actually have one at the moment. We don't have a navy at all. I'm going to get the heavy raider with painted ones on them. I'm going to recruit that, and that's going to go mission successful for now. Now we can recruit units, but it's only going to be assault raiders with levy freemen. So let's just get a few for now, and he can sit next to Massilia, ready to attack into the Mediterranean should we need it. Now we're going to come across a lot of Roman navies when we take them on, so I guess that's kind of going to come in handy. So, Lusitania, they are -5 per turn. Going to rebel in 11 turns. Provincial instability is -14 currently, so that's eventually going to be about +9 once the provincial instability goes away. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to upgrade to a blacksmith in this province, and that will allow me to upgrade the weapons of the army currently sitting in here. They already do have the upgrade, but these veteran riders do not, so that will be nice for them. We've got an outraged populace in Suabia. That's because obviously we took that last settlement in the last turn, and now they're -97. Lucky that the public order is stable. Hopefully we'll continue to rise over the next few turns. We do have an army of the Rugi, quite a large one. They'll probably hit me and Alabu next turn, so he's going to have to wait there to intercept that. Bronze Furnace finished in Cenabum. That's beautiful. And in Bibracte we can go ahead with the Sacred Enclosure. And up here we're going to increase the size of Bibracte in order to cater for probably another commons. And we're going to go with another commons. And that one can be turned into a tavern. Now by doing this, it will increase the public order for the next turn, because currently it's -10. I'm probably going to have to move the army back in so that they don't rebel. There we go, it's gone down to -2. That will be enough for now. Cartaginensis has an encouraged populace now. That's where Arsis. The population surplus in Celtica, that's where we just upgraded Bibracte, and a war declared between Athens and the Odorician Kingdom. Okay. So, that's pretty much it. We can move the scout now further down. I actually forgot to move him in the last turn, but he can continue exploring towards Egypt and opening up more trade opportunities for me. What would be nice is probably a trade agreement with the Seleucids, because they own so much land and they would provide me with lots of income. But yeah, I'm basically going around the coast so I can spot out any coastal regions that can trade with me, because any inland regions like over in Persia, they're not really going to be able to trade with me, I don't think, not effectively anyway. Right, we can also look at our armies and see what they're doing. So Abora's sorting out the public order. This army is still sorting out public order. This army is sorting out public order, and so are these three up here. So it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to move my armies at all this turn. However, I can move my druid, because I think he's finished converting this 100% Celtic now. And I'm actually going to send him to help out convert Suabia, so that I can move out these armies quicker. And they can both move down, and they can take a province each in Rome to convert to our culture before I take it over. Because you can do that, you can convert other people's land, although I don't think they necessarily like it, but tough luck for them. So there we go. I think I'm just going to have to click the end turn button again, although I do have a lot of money to spend. But I don't actually think there's much I can spend it on, because a lot of it relies on technology, which I don't have yet. So for instance here I can upgrade to a cattle farm, that's fine. But I'm really struggling to spend all my money at the end of each turn. I'll probably leave it on 2,500 here and just click the end turn button. Unassailed skill though, for Seria, my druidess. Let's not forget about that, eh? So, I'm going to go with politics, so we get plus 5% tax rate when she's under or carrying out civil administration, which is where you stand in the province and click this button. So there we go. That'll come in nice and handy to increase my money. End turn.
The shield wall is always stronger when brothers stand together. That is why I offer a treaty.
See, I think I'm trading with these guys, but I don't necessarily want a non-aggression pact with them for now. It's not really beneficial to me in any way at all, so I'm going to decline this. The Lusitani are at my door again. Just going to auto-resolve this with a balanced stance, giving us a decisive victory. And over here as well. Protective stance will deal with that. And actually sink the navy. So that's one of the two navies of the Lusitani dealt with. Being attacked by the Rugi once again. I don't think this man will survive to live another day. There goes one of the Rugi's navies. Decisive victory for us. But now we have this army to deal with. Okay, so this is basically a navy and an army we have to deal with here. We're being attacked by the navy, which is going to have to land to attack us. I'm going to go and fight this on the battlefield to give you guys something to look at. I'm sure it'll be nice and fun to destroy these men. So here we are, backed up by our garrison forces. We also have two of our own boats, but they don't have many men at all. So we're going to bring them over here and we will land them as soon as the battle starts. But what I can do is sort out where I'm going to put my ballistas. I'm not entirely sure where I want to put them. I could put them all the way over here and just use them as like a coastal battery to fire onto the ships. That would be pretty cool, I guess. But for some reason I think that they might be more beneficial if placed on the beach here. Because then they can fire both on the land units and on the sea units, not just the sea units, which might not even come into range of these and might land over here on the beach. So I think I'm going to go with the safer option and bring them over onto the beach here. We can use them when we need them. I'm just going to line up my sword band this way, with my spear band, and the same. And we're going to get all of the missile units I have that I know are fully replenished in front, and they have skirmish mode on, and all the ones that are less or more depleted behind. Got the cavalry and all these depleted units of garrison. That's basically where the garrison is currently still under like maintenance from me only just taking over the settlement. We can leave the chariots there, I'm not too concerned with them. And of course, let's not forget about the general. Right, so there we go. Start the battle, get the men onto shore, and listen to the general speech.
Remember, block and counter. I don't want any gratuitous disemboweling or limb ripping or looting. Is that
enemy reinforcements approaching?
Defend these bloody walls!
Yeah, let's defend the walls that don't exist. Woohoo! Right. So the enemy is coming in from over here. This is going to take a while. I'll probably end up speeding this up. So, got our men onto shore. Take up a couple of landing spots. I'm actually going to move up my men a bit further. And these guys can come over here. I'd like to know which unit is going to be sitting behind them. It's going to be this one. You can actually go to the left. Now this will allow me to move my skirmishers further up, which I'm probably going to start grouping. Grab all these men, group them into group 2. Grab all these men, they can be Daisy. They can be group 2. These ones are now group 3. And there we go. And we're going to get a couple of units each of these Britain skirmishers. Probably just sit behind now these lines. And now the ballistas are firing on these ships. What would be cool is if we could destroy these ships before they landed. I'm not sure how likely that's going to be, but they are firing on them. Maybe we can sink one. Now what I'm actually thinking about is that at the moment I don't actually have much beach defense. So I'm going to get my general and a sword unit to defend. I'm going to get these units of chariots to get out of the way. And we're going to get the depleted units of farmers, levy freemen and sword band to move towards the shore to help defend it. The artillery is very, very vulnerable there. Charge back onto the noble riders, which literally just decimated my sword band unit. Seems they just sent their horses into a meat grinder, and all these reinforcements coming in from the sea are literally just running away. I'm going to go ahead and charge them with my general unit. Doesn't look like I even needed to bring back the sword band. Ah, we'll see. What's the friendly fire coming in? My ballistas are actually been engaged and therefore dropped all my siege equipment, which is kind of annoying. It looks like I'm just going to have to charge out to really speed things up here, because at the moment it's going to end up going very slowly. And with that, we can also move out the veteran riders. These guys can all charge out of the settlement, move the skirmishers up to provide cover. Awesome stuff. So we're going to engage here with Bloodsworn, or elite troops by the AI. It's wonderful. Not sure how many favours it's going to do, but going to get my chariots into range. Why not? Make them actually do something so that they can throw some javelins. Hopefully these men can hold out okay. I'm actually going to set my men to frenzy so they can deal with the overwhelming amount of men that are actually pushing upon them. The veteran riders have even gotten round though. So, with any luck, we'll be able to do an epic charge into the back of these units. So here goes the cavalry. Straight into the back of these men. Although I don't think it even matters, because we've already killed them all.
Horsemen!
I'm literally charging my own men. That is quite amusing.
Battle ready!
We won, basically. Victory for us. Decisive victory at that. We lost 212 men. They lost 1,973. Job well done. That's going to beat back the Navy and the Army. So next turn they'll probably attack us again. Hidden Agent exposed, Heinrich and S. Berlioz. We got a shipwrights report with our levy freemen on assault raiders being complete. Household expands. +1 authority when leading a fleet. I'm going to send that to the pool. We're going to go with the construction report. Let's go and have a look at the Lawmaster's hut. And, well, that's just going to increase our research rate a little bit. But next time when we tech up the Druidic Judgment, it's going to give us access to Druidic nobles in this province, which will be very nice. Okay. What else have we got there? Chieftain's Hold finished. China for Smyrta. Actually, that Chieftain's Hold, let's just check it's fixed the public order here. Yep, it's now +2 per turn. That's awesome. The Shrine of Tutatis. Now finished in Rugion. We've got +9 per turn here as well. Wow, after this Shrine of Rosmerta finishes, Suebi is going to be so happy. It's going to be unbelievable. Which is really good because it will allow me to move out 3 armies that are currently sitting there and babysitting the populace. But that is all for today's episode, unfortunately. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. I am still feeling very ill, so I'm going to have to leave it here. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.